This is Nik and Adinah Johnson. We're pleased to have you here, and thank you for taking some time out of your day to take a look at what we have here for you. And today we're going to be discussing
non-sexual ways of bonding with your spouse.
non-sexual. All right, non-sexual ways. I'm ready for them.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. The first one that we're going to look at is take a walk hand in hand, holding hands. And if you recall, and we haven't done the love language series yet, but there are 8 million receptors, touch receptors in the body, and 2 million are in the hands. So the hands have healing properties, and it's so important that we hold hands with our spouse because that helps us bond and feel connected. Yeah. So take a walk.
Nothing wrong with holding hands.
And hold hands.
And being on the outside of your wife when you're walking down the road, right?
Yeah, on the outside of the street for protection. Give each other a 10-minute massage before bed. And many times that massage can stay above the waist. It's only 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Above the waist. So I can get my hamstrings massaged, like that. Just above the waist.
Yeah, just stay up here on the shoulders.
Oh, okay.
No, you can massage anywhere it's your partner. But because it's non-sexual touches, I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a massage.
Now, foot massages can be okay too. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but if I guess it can be non-sexual as long as there's a certain level of comfort, I guess, with it.
Yeah.
So that's
okay. Sit in the park on a shared towel, so you're forced to cozy up.
Okay.
So I think you can sit in the park or your yard, depending on how big the yard is, and how secluded it is. I think because you don't want too much traffic. Send flirtatious text messages to build the anticipation, and so that's very important. And just to let your partner know you're thinking about them.
Guilty as charged. Yeah, you just have to be careful because as your kids get older, if they want to grab your phone, you have to make sure to delete certain stuff out of your phone.
Yeah.
They start learning how to read. You don't want some stuff you don't want them saying mommy and daddy's sending.
Yeah.
Just saying, just a PSA.
And that's my problem.
Yeah.
Because the kids don't touch your phone. They always got mine.
Yeah, they do.
In fact, our daughter knew how to do Netflix, and I still was clueless on Netflix, but she knew exactly how to operate Netflix because they touch my phone all the time.
Yes, our daughter, she is 6, but she's been the selfie queen for probably like the last 2 years. She figured out how to do selfies.
For sure. Lay in bed for 20 minutes of pillow talk. And it's saying when you first get home from work before total exhaustion kicks in. So I think a lot of times though with parents, I think we're always exhausted. So if you lay in bed, that's a problem. You may not get the pillow talk. Reminisce about your first date or the first time you were together physically. So just to talk about it. It's non-physical, but you can talk about it.
We talk about the first time physically you got together.
Yeah, or the first date.
All right, first date. Let's talk about first date.
It says either or.
Yeah, because we can't talk about when we got together and not be able to get together. So.
Well, I think it's not. You're not going to get together, but it's just an anticipation to get together.
Oh, if we're going to talk about when we got together, we not going to get together.
I can't do it with
okay,
you.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But as we go through this, the important thing is that oftentimes we, too, especially men, and I know I'm generalizing and putting stereotypes out. Oftentimes we think about intimacy, we only think about the actual sexual act, but there are other ways we can do that. And this is the purpose of this list. So thank you for sharing that with us. And please continue to share.
Okay, thank you. Cook dinner together. And so that's one. But if you're kind of territorial about your kitchen, you may not want to cook dinner together. But I think oftentimes if you cook dinner together, you have no other choice but to kind of cozy up or slide past each other and kind of build some anticipation.
Even if you're territorial, you can kind of direct the other person what to do. You want to, even if you feel as though that's kind of your domain or territory, you can say, okay, I need this, go get me that or whatever.
Yeah, that gives you a chance to boss your partner around.
Absolutely.
Okay. Go dancing. or dance at home. I know that was one thing we did a lot when we would just kind of, even before we had kids, we would just kind of map out the living room and dance and
we
have a
would
good
move the furniture out of the way and cut a rug.
Yeah. So, spend 4 uninterrupted minutes staring into each other's eyes without talking, and then reflect on the experience.
That's a tough one.
Is it tough?
It's a tough one. Yeah. I mean, because I look into your eyes, but I get caught up in your tractor beam, and I just get wooed and wooed when I look at you. So it's kind of hard.
Well, and that's one thing. I know when we first got together, it was very important that we told each other, that was one of our rules when we first got married, to not really stare into another person's eyes, because that's sometimes when you start to flirt with the person, when you're really looking into their eyes very deeply.
I was the eyes of the gateway to the soul.
Yeah. So, but what do you think about 4 minutes uninterrupted staring into each other's eyes?
And I'm kind of goofy, so it's hard for me to it's hard for me to go 4 minutes straight anyway. But it's just looking directly into somebody's eyes. That's
it's very personal.
It's very personal. It can be intense,
intimate.
Yeah, intimate. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's something interesting.
Okay, exercise together. Couples that sweat together oftentimes stay together, is what's said.
Mm-hmm.
I can't exercise with you though. I don't like it. I think you're a little bit more intense than I am.
That is true. We not saying that wouldn't work for some people, but I know we tried that, and I don't think it'll necessarily. We have different levels of intensity when we go to the gym.
Yeah, because you were like, "Why aren't you like?" And I'm like,
throw them plates.
Yeah, I don't like being here. I hate this. Every night, this is a big one. Every night express your gratitude or for one thing your partner did that day. So just show your gratitude and show that you're grateful for one thing that they did. And I think that's very important. That definitely builds intimacy, because everybody wants to be appreciated.
Yeah, I really, I completely agree with that one. I know one thing that we've always tried to be good about is thanking you, whenever you cook a meal.
Yeah.
And, and tell you that we appreciate you doing that, because you could always either not cook or go and get some fast food or open a can of soup. So we always tell you how much we appreciate it.
I know you're real good at that one. I know you cooked lunch today and you were like, "So how does it taste?" And I'm like,
yeah, I said clean plate, but what's happening?
So well, because I do the majority of cooking, so you're really good at that. And so the 1 or 2 times you do cook, I kind of omit to tell you.
And that's why I don't cook a lot, because you don't tell.
You're so full of it.
Just today I did something different. So I wanted to make sure it was cool, because it seemed like everything I wanted was not around. I wasn't interested in going to the store, but
prayer is a major way to bond with your partner non-sexually. And that's so important, and that's one of the major things that we talk about is prayer. And when you get your prayer life, even if you, I know a lot of couples have talked about they will wake each other up in the morning before they go to work and make sure they say a morning prayer. And I know for the most part, when we did work together and work outside the home and carpool together, we would definitely pray, which we still do. I mean, we drive our kids to school every morning and we pray. And so it's very helpful that you get that prayer time in with your partner.
Yeah. And you can get a double shot when you pray in your whole hands at the same time. Yeah, we do whole hands praise sometimes.
Yeah, we do. And then a kiss goodbye. It's a little bit physical, but it's just a peck, so it's not too much physical, and it hopefully doesn't lead to too much.
Yeah, especially since you're departing, it really won't lead to too much anyway, because you're saying goodbye.
Yeah. And then writing a letter, and that's very important. Those are one of the things that I do for you and our kids is that I write letters and just share with them, how much I appreciate them and how much I love them, and just pour into them. And I think that's so important. And then the last one is date night. I think that's like 15 or 16, but the last one is date night or date days. That's very important, and I think that's so important that we recognize that, you know, those are ways to bond and to connect with your partner non-sexually.
Yeah, I agree.
There's one more I didn't add to the list, and I guess that will be 17. It's kind of an odd number, but take a shower together. You thinking that's physical?
So we're taking a shower with our clothes on?
No, no. I'm saying, well, that's added one. That's one I just threw in there. But I think if you kind of...
That's not sexual.
No, it's non-sexual. I think if you can build some anticipation and make it seem like you're really just wanting to take a good shower and you're running late. Is that games? Am I playing games?
That's your list. I'll let you add it. But... Ooh, boy.
What?
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Whatever.
I mean, is it technically? It's technically not physical.
It's not physical.
Yeah. It's not.
Whatever. I'm not even. So, anything else you want to add before I close this one?
No, ma'am. No.
You can't stop smiling. All right.
But like I will reiterate that as we talk about intimacy, it is more than the actual act of making love.
Yeah, you have to build up on that.
Want to. So think about it. There are things, and I am thankful for the list because oftentimes, you know, I think it's not, even though, like I said before, it's very it's a generalization, whereas typically men, but I think that, you know, both genders are guilty at some point of not thinking about those non-physical ways to build intimacy with your spouse. So we want to make sure to do that so that when we actually do have those times of physical interaction, they'll be even better because we have really built a foundation as we lead up to it.
Yeah, good point. So, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm back to absolutely. I can't say absolutely anymore. Okay. Yes, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, honey. This has been Nik and Adinah Johnson. Have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Keep loving one another.
Thank you.